Part 1, Starlight's Echo. The cold of space isn't something you ever get used to. It's the chill that creeps into your bones the moment you step outside your ship's hull, even if you're wrapped in layers of the best thermal suits this side of Vega. My name's Rafe Calder, captain of the decrepit freighter, Starlight's Echo, and professional wanderer of the vast cosmic sea. We were somewhere in the middle of the Nebula Verge, pinched between the looming presence of the derelict Arc Station and a mysterious comet with a tail that shimmered with silvery hues. The kind of job that wouldn't pay much but promised an eyeful of spectacle and, with luck, a bit of salvage from the old station. It was supposed to be simple. The Echo had seen better days. Once an elegant cargo runner, she now bore the scars of her many owners, with patches of hull plating like quiltwork. She creaked her complaints through the void as my crew went about their duties. There was Jax, our irreverent engineer with a penchant for rewriting physics just because it was Tuesday. Lyra, our navigator, who had an uncanny knack for making you feel stupid with a look. And Tessa, our resident xenobiologist, in constant search of things that squished or slithered. We were a misfit band, but hell, we were my misfit band. Floating just ahead, Arc Station held its own story, a massive ring of metal and forgotten ambitions. It was abandoned, or so they claimed. First spotted by long-range probes decades ago, it sat silent and brooding, its purpose lost to time. The only certainty was its habit of swallowing corporate explorers whole. Our mission was to retrieve data logs and any tech worth its salt. Jax had just finished patching up one of Echo's stubborn fuel lines, grease marking his face like war paint. "Cap, this bucket's going to outlast us all if we don't first," he grinned, his voice crackling over the comlink. "Assuming your repairs do," I shot back, smirking. "Lyra, what's the station's status?" "Quiet as usual," Lyra replied, her voice smooth but with an edge that could cut through titanium. "No energy signatures, no signals, just the occasional blip from the comet's tail. Keep an eye on it, I don't trust surprises." Tessa was the first to voice what we all felt. "There's something off about that place, Rafe. Call it a gut feeling," she said, her brow furrowed, peering at the station through the viewports. "Noted. Let's hope your gut just needs a good breakfast." We edged closer, the station's shadow casting long, spectral fingers across the Echo. Just then, the comet passed behind us, leaving a faint, shimmering path, and that's when it happened. The Echo jolted, lurching sideways as alarms shrieked through the corridors. My heart skipped in its cage. What the hell was that? Jax's cussing sputtered through the comms like a leaky fuel valve. "Cap, something yanked us like a dog on a leash. I'm seeing massive gravitational interference from the station's core." I scrambled for the controls, fighting against the unexpected pull. "Lyra, get us out of here now." "I'm trying," she snapped, fingers dancing over the console. But the station wasn't letting go. The ancient structure seemed to wake from its slumber, and my skin prickled with the sensation of unseen eyes watching. Then, without warning, an unmistakable presence rippled through the Echo. An energy, alien and wrong, pulsed from the station and slammed into us. Lights flickered, and for a moment a face appeared on the view screen, a ghostly visage, eyes like burning coals etched into the ether. It whispered in a language that was more feeling than sound, a promise of something I couldn't quite grasp. The station released us as abruptly as it had seized us, and the Echo spun free, stabilizing slowly. My breath returned, shaky and thin. "Tell me everyone saw that," I said, my voice unsteady yet laced with a nervous laugh. "I didn't sign up for haunting gigs." Tessa's eyes were wide, amazement warring with apprehension. "That was more than a ghost story, Rafe. That was something trying to communicate." "Well, next time they can send a postcard," Jax grumbled, rubbing the back of his neck. We decided to venture inside cautiously. The airlock creaked open, and we stepped onto the station's hollow corridors, echoes of our boots swallowed by the void. Inside, the architecture was a marvel of geometric precision, yet impossibly organic, as if the station had grown itself into existence. It wasn't long before we stumbled upon the first twist, a hidden chamber with a console that defied known technology. Its surface shimmered with a liquid-like sheen, flowing in response to touch. Lyra's curiosity got the better of her, and she brushed her fingers across its surface, activating a holographic map that bloomed like a cosmic flower. "Looks like a star chart," she mused, "but these constellations, they're not ours." "Anomalies mapped by the station," Tessa wondered aloud, her eyes alight with discovery. Suddenly, a door slid open, hinges sighing like exasperated ghosts, leading us to a chamber bathed in an otherworldly glow. At its center, a crystalline artifact hovered, pulsating with energy. Tessa was captivated, her scientific mind alight with infinite possibilities. "Careful," I warned, but it was too late. The artifact responded to her presence, projecting a beam that wrapped around her hand. In an instant, memories flashed before our eyes, not hers, but ancient, alien, filled with stars being born and dying in brilliant symphonies. It was a connection, unwanted and unstoppable. Tessa gasped, eyes wide. "Rafe, it's speaking, we need to." Before she could finish, Arc Station trembled. The artifact released her and darkened. A distant rumble followed by the groan of shifting metal warned us we'd overstayed our welcome. "We're leaving," I shouted, ushering everyone back the way we came. As we scrambled toward the echo, I couldn't shake the feeling that we'd awoken something that wouldn't go back to sleep. The station released us back into the cold grip of space. As we retreated, the comet's tail flared once more, its shimmer a taunting promise of mysteries yet untold. "What now, Captain?" Lyra asked as we sailed into the vast unknown, the holographic star chart still haunting our thoughts. "We follow the map," I replied, a grin tugging at my lips. "Time to find out what secrets are worth waking the dead for." And so, with the Starlight's echo humming against the universe's backdrop, we set course for the first of many new stars. Little did we know, each pointed us towards a truth we might not be ready to face. But we were explorers, after all, and the cosmos was calling. Part 2: The Whispering Abyss. The cosmos stretched before us, as vast and unyielding as the questions now haunting our every thought. Tessa was still shaken by the contact with the artifact, her gaze lingering on the holographic star chart that danced in the air above our table in the Echo's galley. "Rafe, we need to analyze this," she insisted, her fingers tracing patterns in the air. "It's not just a map, it's a story waiting to be told." The rest of the crew watched, the soft hum of the ship's engines the only sound as we sailed through the void. Jax leaned back in his chair, a mischievous glint in his eye. "You think there's treasure at the X," he quipped, proving that no mystery was safe from his dry humor. "A treasure of sorts," Lyra replied, her voice thoughtful as she scrutinized the chart. "These constellations, though they're situated around gravitational anomalies, might be the key to whatever the artifact was trying to show us. And possibly to why the station went dark," I added, my eyes narrowing. "If we're lucky, we won't find more ghostly door greeters." Our course was set toward the closest anomaly, a swirling void known as the Abyssal Drift. The name alone was enough to make one uneasy, yet it held a pull, like the echo of a forgotten song. As we neared, space began to warp, stars bending and stretching in ways that defied natural order. We dropped out of hyperlight, the drift revealing itself as a colossal vortex, its core a churning tempest of shadow and light. It drew us in, whispering secrets in a language older than time. Rafe, Lyra's voice was steady, but her eyes betrayed concern. I'm reading significant energy fluctuations. This place is alive, but not in any way we understand. All the more reason to keep our distance, I replied, gripping the helm tightly. But it was as if the Echo had a mind of her own, the ship edging closer despite my commands. The drift reached out like a serpent, tendrils of energy caressing the Echo's hull. My skin prickled. Jax, any chance our shields can keep us from becoming a cosmic smoothie? Already reinforcing them, Cap, he replied, his fingers flying over control panels. But whatever this is, it wants us closer. Suddenly the radar pinged, a signal faint but undeniable emanating from within the drift. It wasn't just the station. Someone or something was in there. Did you hear that? Tessa's voice was a mix of trepidation and excitement. It's like a beacon. We cautiously navigated deeper into the drift. The energy pulses grew stronger, the ship vibrating with each wave. Within the swirling vortex, a shape emerged, a vessel, unlike any we had seen, caught in the drift's embrace. That's no ordinary ship, Lyra murmured. Its design is alien. The vessel was sleek and organic, its hull a mosaic of iridescent panels that shifted colors like a living thing. As we approached, our systems began to malfunction, the Echo protesting with a symphony of blaring alarms. Jax sighed, a sound that conveyed both frustration and inevitability. Looks like we've got company. Let's pray they're friendly. We docked with the alien ship, the connection seamless despite the circumstances. Armed with a mix of caution and curiosity, we boarded the vessel, its corridors illuminated by a soft, bioluminescent glow. The air was thick, carrying a scent reminiscent of ozone and petrichor, a storm's aftermath. We moved in silence, senses on high alert. Yet it wasn't long before we met our second twist, a chamber aboard the ship, filled not with hostility but with a garden of light. Plants unlike any Earth held swayed gently, luminescent blooms reflecting an inner glow. At their center stood a creature, long and slender, with skin that rippled like water over stones. It turned, eyes meeting mine, with an intelligence that spoke volumes more than words. It was beautiful in an otherworldly way, and I felt a strange kinship, a shared curiosity. Tessa stepped forward, her voice gentle. Who are you? Why are you here? The creature's reply was a melody, a song of stars and solitude that resonated within us. Through a form of telepathic communion, we understood it was lost, like us, drawn by the anomalies that cradled secrets of its own kind. This ship, it communicated, is a symbiotic life form, part of me as much as I am of it. We search for others, scattered through the abyss. A realization struck me like a meteor, the implications crystallizing in my mind. These anomalies, they're not just natural phenomena, they're gateways, aren't they? The creature's eyes shimmered, a confirmation without utterance. We've been exploring these doors without knowing where they lead, I mused, a thrill of excitement tempered by caution. Rafe Calder, cosmic doormat. Our exchange was interrupted by a tremor, the drift's influence threatening to tear the vessel asunder. The creature gestured urgently, and we got the message: leave or be torn apart. We retreated to the Echo, detaching moments before the drift's pull intensified. The alien ship began to dissolve, its symbiotic nature releasing it back to the void, a farewell that felt like an old friend departing. As the Echo surged out of the drift's grasp, the weight of our discoveries pressed on me, mind racing with possibilities. The star chart, the anomalies, and the creatures like our new acquaintance, they were all part of a larger tapestry. A map not just to stars, but to a cosmic network of unexplored paths and hidden truths. Back in the cockpit, Lyra set a course for the next anomaly. Jax and Tessa worked on decoding the chart further, their competitive banter a familiar comfort. As the stars blurred past, I felt a sense of purpose like never before. The universe stretched before us, full of whispers and promises. And somewhere out there among the stars lay the answers to questions we dared to ask. We were explorers, after all, and the cosmos, its wonders and dangers, was calling us deeper into its embrace. Part 3: Echoes of the Forgotten. The echo was alive with anticipation as we ventured deeper into the uncharted territories mapped on the alien star chart. Our encounter with the drifting vessel and its enigmatic inhabitant had left us with more questions than answers, and a thirst for understanding that burned like starlight. Our destination was a nebula unlike any recorded in our databases, a swirling mass of vivid color and chaotic energy, cradling the allure of the unknown. The manifold hues seemed to dance and twist, like music given form, promising secrets hidden within its heart. "Rafe, you sure about this?" Jax asked, his tone balanced between skepticism and the thrill of discovery. "These readings are off the charts." "Well, that's where the fun begins, isn't it?" I replied, a grin tugging at the corner of my lips. "Besides, what's the point of having a misfit crew if we don't occasionally dance with danger?" Tessa was already absorbed in her analysis, eyes bright with possibilities. The nebula's energy signatures are similar to what we encountered in the drift, but there's an organic component. It's like the whole cloud is alive. "More cosmic sentience," Lyra mused, steering us ever closer. "Remember when our biggest worry was running out of coffee?" The nebula enveloped us, a riot of color and light brushing against the ship like a lover's caress. Instruments flickered, struggling to keep pace with the barrage of data. The echo shuddered, but her spirit, much like ours, was unyielding. As we navigated deeper, shapes began to coalesce within the nebula, structures of otherworldly design, suspended in the chaotic swirl. An immense latticework of crystalline towers stretched out, interconnected by bridges of light. It was breathtaking, both beautiful and intimidating. "That's no natural formation," Tessa murmured, all weaving through her voice. The ship's sensors picked up faint energy readings from the largest structure, a central spire that seemed to pulse with a heartbeat all its own. It beckoned, an irresistible siren's call, and we followed it in. Inside, the air was a symphony of distant whispers, harmonies that echoed off the walls. The architecture was fluid, shifting in gentle undulations, as if the very matter bent to unseen will. Our steps were cautious, each footfall reverberating in the hushed expanse. It was Tessa who first reached out, her fingers brushing against the surface of one luminous wall. Instantly, the chamber responded, a wave of light cascading from her touch, revealing intricate patterns that hinted at a language lost to time. "These symbols," she said, tracing their curves, "they're a record, a history." I watched, a sense of reverence growing, a library of sorts. "Perhaps," she replied, eyes alight, "or a memorial." Lyra was scanning her surroundings with a navigator's eye, cataloging every detail. "We're not just visitors, this place was meant to be found." As we explored, an unexpected twist unfolded. The ground beneath us began to shift as more of the structure awakened. The walls became translucent, revealing chambers beyond, each a snapshot of life frozen in time. Figures stood within, preserved in crystal like insects in amber. Some humanoid, others alien beyond reckoning. It was a gallery of lost souls, their stories captured in silence. The nebula must have been their haven, Tessa breathed, stunned. A refuge that became a tomb. But as she spoke, something else caught our attention. A figure moving within the spire, distinct from the frozen tableaus. It was humanoid, cloaked in robes that flowed like water, its face obscured. An illusion, Jax wondered aloud, his usual bravado tempered by uncertainty. Only one way to find out, I replied, leading us toward the apparition. As we approached, the figure turned, lifting a hand in greeting. The space around us shimmered, reality bending under unseen power, and once more we were caught in a story not our own. The room transformed into a holographic vision, unfolding like a tale spoken by stars. We witnessed the rise of a civilization, its mastery over the cosmic forces, and its eventual demise, brought low by an unseen catastrophe. The figure watched us, its presence both guide and guardian. Through gestures and images, it conveyed a warning. The anomalies were paths, and we were not the first to walk them. There were dangers, entities that lurked between the spaces of known and unknown, predatory and ancient. "Rafe, this is bigger than we imagined," Lyra said, her voice tight with the weight of realization. My mind raced with possibilities. If these gateways connect entire systems, then we're standing on the threshold of something incredible or catastrophic. The vision faded, leaving us once more in the silent embrace of the spire. The figure, our enigmatic storyteller, remained, its form growing fainter, a guardian bound to its endless vigil. "We can't let this knowledge vanish, Essa said, determination burning in her eyes. "We need to record everything we've seen." As if in response, the chamber pulsed once more, transferring its records into our ship's database, a gift and burden for those who dared to see beyond the stars. We left the spire with reverence, the nebula easing its hold as we departed. Outside, the void seemed darker, the stars mere pinpricks against the canvas of infinity. "Rafe, what's our next move?" Jax asked as we gathered in the Echo's cockpit, our course clear yet fraught with peril. I looked at my crew, each of us changed by what we'd witnessed. "We push forward," I said, resolution solidifying in my chest. "There's truth out there waiting to be uncovered, and it's time we found it." With the star chart guiding us, the Echo surged onward, her engines singing the melody of 1,000 adventures. The universe called, its voice a chorus of forgotten echoes, and we answered, explorers adrift in the vast unknown, searching for a place where destiny and discovery intertwined. Part 4, Shadows in the Void. As the Echo charted a course toward the next anomaly, the universe unfurled before us, an unending tapestry of mystery and possibility. The nebula, with its echoes of lost civilizations and cryptic warnings, had left its mark on us. Each of us bore an unspoken weight, a sense of urgency tempered by the knowledge of unseen eyes watching from the abyss. Our next destination lay on the fringes of a binary star system, a graveyard of ships, hulking ruins that floated in orbit like ghosts of battles long past. It was a place spoken of only in whispers, known as the Silent Expanse. "It's like a scrapyard for the cosmos," Jax remarked, glancing over the wrecks with a mechanic's eye for salvage. "But there's something off about it." Lyra, ever the navigator, added, "This region's avoided for a reason. Ships come here to die, and sometimes their crews with them." "Nothing like working with a ticking clock," I quipped, though the gravity of our task wasn't lost on me. I felt the Echo's engines purring like a cat ready to pounce, determined, eager. The silent expanse unfolded around us, derelict vessels casting angular shadows across the void. They varied in design, some familiar, others alien, their hulls telling stories of conflict and abandonment. We slipped through their ranks, the Echo an agile specter dancing among behemoths. Tessa's scanners lit up, a beacon of hope amidst the forgotten. There's a distress signal, faint but definitely active. Someone's alive out here. The signal led us to a frigate, its one-sprawled frame reduced to a skeletal shell. We docked with caution, the airlock hissing open as we boarded the ghost ship. Inside, the darkness was thick, oppressive, as if the shadows themselves were alive. Our flashlights cut through the gloom, revealing corridors choked with debris and the silent testimony of past lives. We followed the signal, its promise of life a fragile thread in an ocean of death. It brought us to the bridge, where the air was heavy with the smell of burnt circuitry and despair. There, slumped against the console, was a lone survivor, an old man whose eyes held the weight of ages. He stirred as we approached, his voice a brittle whisper. "Who are you?" I asked gently, crouching beside him. "Captain Voss," he replied, each word a rasp. "Of the fractal star, or what's left of her." "Voss," Tessa said, her voice kind. "What happened here?" His gaze drifted, memories flickering like distant stars. We sought the anomalies, believed them to be pathways to riches and knowledge, but we were not prepared for what we found. His hand trembled as it gestured toward a date a crystal clutched in his grasp. "Take it. The truth, it's all there." I accepted the crystal, feeling the weight of its contents. "We'll make sure this knowledge isn't lost." Voss nodded, a ghost of a smile touching his lips before he lapsed back into unconsciousness. Tessa stayed by his side, tending to him as best she could, while the rest of us set about recovering the ship's logs. The data crystal revealed Voss's journey, a tale of discovery entwined with tragedy. His crew had encountered an enigma within the anomalies, a force that defied classification, a predator lurking in the shadows of space. "They called it the Shadow Tide," Lyra summarized, her expression grim. "It consumes energy, feeds on light. Ships that enter its domain are never seen again." "But why?" Jax pondered, his mechanical mind mulling over the impossible. "What purpose does it serve?" "Not every question has a comforting answer," I said, the realization settling over us like a shroud. "But it's clear, we're not just explorers, we're in a game of survival." We returned to the Echo with heavy hearts, knowing that Voss's warning was not just a caution, but a foreshadowing of potential doom. As we undocked, the silent expanse began to stir. The derelict vessels shuddered, a symphony of metal and memory, and from their depths emerged the Shadow Tide, a swirling maelstrom of darkness, hungry and relentless. "Rafe, we've got incoming." Lyra's shout cut through the tension as the Echo bucked beneath us, the tide's tendrils clawing at our hull. "Get us out of here," I barked, hands dancing over the controls in a frantic ballet of desperation and determination. The Echo responded, her engines roaring to life as we veered away from the encroaching void. Jax's voice crackled through the comms, his tone a layer of forced calm over genuine panic. "Shields are holding for now, but we can't shake this thing." The Shadow Tide pursued, a relentless predator born of the cosmos' darker whims. It lashed out with tendrils of darkness, seeking to drag us into its embrace. But the Echo was more than just metal and circuits. She was a part of us, our shared heartbeat, and we pushed her to the limits of her design. We wove between wrecks, using the graveyard to our advantage, each maneuver a daring dance with death. "Auntie." Hen, as if the universe itself intervened, the stars aligned, a gravitational anomaly, fleeting and wild. It pulled the tide's attention, offering us the sliver of time we needed to break free. The Echo surged forward, engines screaming against the pull of the void. We broke through, the the silent expanse falling away behind us, the shadow tide's frustrated howl echoing in our wake. In the aftermath, the crew was silent, the weight of our close call settling over us like a blanket. We had faced the dark and emerged, but the scars remained, unseen yet undeniable. I looked around at my crew, each of us grappling with the enormity of what lay ahead. "We're not done yet," I said, determination threading through the fatigue. "But we'll keep going because that's what we do." As we sailed away from the silent expanse, our course set for the next anomaly, I felt a flicker of hope. The universe was a vast, uncharted realm of endless possibilities, and the Echo was our vessel, our sanctuary, our home. In the void of space, where the stars whispered their secrets, we pressed on, explorers to the last, forging paths through the darkness, guided by the light of discovery and the unwavering bond of our shared journey. Part 5: The Enigma's Embrace. The Starlight's Echo cruised through the deep, her hull a symphony of defiant echoes against the universe's vast silence. We were 3 jumps away from the anomaly, buoyed by a mixture of determination and trepidation. Each step into the unknown felt like a leap, driven by the knowledge captured in Voss's crystal and the specter of the shadow tide still haunting our thoughts. Jax was in the engine room, his usual bravado replaced with a focused intensity. "Cap, I've rerouted power to the long-range sensors. If anything like the tide shows up, we'll see it coming from parsecs away." "Appreciate it, Jax," I replied, grateful for his ingenuity. "Let's hope we don't have to put it to the test." In the cockpit, Lyra was running simulations, the star chart overlaying the navigation display with its myriad paths and promise of untold wonders. "Rafe, the anomaly we're heading towards, it's different. Active energy readings are off the scale." "It means something big, doesn't it?" Tessa chimed in, her voice laced with curiosity as she reviewed the data Voss had shared. "A place where the laws of physics might be rewritten." The ship's console chimed, bringing us to the edge of our seats. "We've got a signal," Lyra announced, surprise etched in her voice. "Automated beacon, a warning and an invitation." "Sounds like a trap," Jax muttered over the comm, his pragmatism a counterweight to our optimism. "Or an opportunity," I said, the challenge calling to me like a siren's song. "Prepare to drop out of hyperlight." The Echo transitioned smoothly, the stars elongating then snapping back to pinpoints as we arrived at our destination. Before us loomed the anomaly, a cosmic whirlpool of light and shadow, its heart a pulsating beacon of pure energy. Suspended within the anomaly's embrace was a colossal construct, an ancient station more massive than any we had encountered. Its architecture was an intricate dance of alien geometry, spiraling towers reaching out like fingers of a forgotten god. "Get a load of that," Jax whistled, joining us in the cockpit. "Whoever built this wasn't thinking small." As we approached, the station seemed to come alive, lights flickering in a symphony of recognition. The docking bay opened like a maw, and we felt a pull, both literal and metaphysical, drawing us in. Once docked, we disembarked, stepping into an airlock that hummed with latent power. The station's interior was a wonder of organic and technological fusion, corridors that felt alive, whispering their secrets through vibrations in the air. Our footsteps echoed as we explored, guided by an unseen hand. The station's walls were adorned with symbols that shifted and morphed, a language of light that seemed to speak directly to our senses. "Feels like we're walking through a dream," Tessa remarked, her eyes wide with awe. "A rather unsettling one," Lyra added, though her curiosity was undeniable. In the heart of the station, we found a central chamber dominated by a crystalline sphere, suspended in a web of golden filaments. The sphere pulsed with the same energy signature as the anomaly, drawing us closer. "This is it," I breathed, reaching out. The surface was cool, yet thrummed with potential, a living archive waiting to be unlocked. As my fingers touched the crystal, the chamber filled with light and the universe reshaped around us. We were pulled into a vision, a tapestry of memories and possibilities that transcended time. We saw the birth of the station's creators, their rise to power, and their mastery over the cosmic anomalies. They had charted the stars, mapping gateways that spanned galaxies, a network of connection and knowledge. But their ambition had drawn the attention of dark forces, entities like the shadow tide, seeking to consume the light they cherished. In their desperation, they had created the station as both fortress and beacon, a last bastion against the encroaching dark. The vision shifted, showing the anomalies not just as pathways but as conduits of creation and destruction. The fate of countless worlds hinged on their balance, and the station was key, both gate and guardian. When the vision faded, we were left breathless, the weight of responsibility heavy upon our shoulders. The station had chosen us, guardians of a legacy left behind by a civilization lost to time. "We have to protect this knowledge," Tessa said, her voice unwavering. "And ensure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands," Lyra added, resolve hardening her features. "There's more at stake than we realized," I agreed, feeling the gravity of our task. "We need to secure the station and the anomaly, make sure they're not misused." The chamber shimmered once more, the station responding to our intentions. It offered its allegiance, a silent promise of aid in the battles to come. As we prepared to leave, the universe outside the station seemed brighter, the stars more vibrant. We were part of something greater now, a new chapter in the saga of explorers and protectors. Back on the Echo, we set a course to return, knowing that our journey was only just beginning. We carried the hopes of those who had come before, and the promise that their legacy would not be forgotten. The stars whispered their secrets, and we listened, sailing onward through the tapestry of the cosmos, guided by the light of discovery and the bonds of our shared purpose. Part 6: Veil of the Celestials. Departing from the ancient station, the Starlight's echo felt different, imbued with the energy of our newfound purpose and the weight of the knowledge we now carried. The station's parting gift was an imprint upon our ship, a subtle enhancement of systems and sensors, as if it understood the enormity of our charge. The path forward led us across a sector shrouded in mystery, a region known as the Veil, where space seemed to fold in on itself, obscuring the stars in a cloak of cosmic fog. It was here the next anomaly lay hidden, a node in the network that could hold the key to defending the gateways. As the Echo plunged into the swirling mists of the Veil, our sensors flickered and danced. The fog warped signals and distorted readings, creating a landscape where direction and distance felt like illusions. Lyra hunched over her console, her brow furrowed with concentration. "Navigating this is like trying to thread a needle in a hurricane. We're flying blind." "Good thing we've got the best pilot in the quadrant," I said, my confidence in her unwavering. "Flattery will get you everywhere, Captain," Lyra replied with a grin, though her focus didn't waver. In the cargo bay, Jax and Tessa were busy calibrating the alien systems that now augmented our own. The enhancements pulsed with a curious light, harmonizing with the Echo in a symphony of purpose. "Remind me again, what are we doing here?" Jax asked, his fingers deftly maneuvering tools over an open panel. "Discovering the secrets of the universe," Tessa replied, her eyes bright with the thrill of exploration. "Or at least ensuring they don't swallow us whole." Meanwhile, I paced the length of the ship, my mind turning over the possibilities of what awaited in the heart of the veil. The fog was an enigma, yet within its depths lay secrets and perhaps the strength to ward off the shadow tide. Suddenly the echo shuddered as if brushed by an ethereal hand. The mists outside swirled into a vortex, revealing a shimmering gateway etched with luminescent runes. Its presence was both inviting and foreboding, a door to the unknown, holding promises and threats in equal measure. "We've found it," I called out, my voice echoing through the comms. "Prepare to breach the gateway." As the echo slipped through, reality seemed to bend. We emerged into a realm unlike anything we'd encountered, a celestial ocean of light and color, vibrant waves of energy rolling across a sky without stars. It was both awe-inspiring and disorienting, a living canvas painted by the universe itself. "It's beautiful," Tessa whispered over the comms, the wonder in her voice a mirror of our own. "Yeah, and probably dangerous," Jax added, though his tone was tinged with admiration. As we navigated the luminous expanse, our sensors detected structures rising from the sea of light, massive spires stretching into infinity, their surfaces inscribed with the same runes as the gateway. "These constructs," Lyra began, scanning the readings. "They're resonating with the enhancements we received from the station. It's like they're speaking to each other." "Then maybe they hold answers," I suggested, steering us toward the nearest spire. As we approached, the echo resonated in harmony with the spire, a silent dialogue exchanging wisdom of past and present. The spire opened, revealing an interior filled with crystalline matrices and swirling energy patterns. "Looks like we're about to meet the neighbors," Jax said, his humor a familiar comfort. Inside, we discovered the true nature of the spires, conduits for cosmic knowledge, repositories of the celestials who once safeguarded the anomalies. Their essence lingered, an intelligence woven into the fabric of the constructs, awaiting those worthy of their legacy. Suddenly, a pulse of energy enveloped us, images cascading through our minds, visions of a universe interconnected by the anomalies, a network of pathways forged by the celestials to unite distant stars. But the visions darkened, showing the rise of forces like the shadow tide, entities that sought to consume and corrupt the network. The celestials had retreated, entrusting their legacy to those who would follow. The spire held our gaze, its light a beacon of hope amidst the encroaching void. As its energy merged with our systems, the echo became a vessel of the celestials' wisdom, a new link in the chain that spanned galaxies. "We are their heirs," Tessa said, conviction firm in her voice. "It's up to us to protect this network, to preserve what they built." "Then let's make sure we're ready for whatever comes next," I said, determination burning within me. As we departed the spire, the celestial ocean parted, revealing a corridor of light leading us back to the veil. The echo surged forward, carrying the weight of our mission and the light of the celestials. Emerging from the mists, the stars returned to greet us, their presence a familiar comfort. We were no longer the same crew that had entered the veil, each of us transformed by the truths we had uncovered. Our journey continued, the echo a shining beacon against the dark tapestry of space. As guardians of the celestials' legacy, we sailed onward, ready to face the challenges of an ever-expanding universe, driven by the promise of discovery and the unbreakable bonds of friendship and purpose. Part 7: The Guardian's Gambit. As the Starlight's echo soared beyond the veil, the vast expanse of the cosmos greeted us with its familiar, yet eternally mysterious embrace. The celestial currents had imbued us with knowledge and a charge that weighed heavy on our minds, a legacy to defend against encroaching darkness. Lyra plotted a new course, her fingers swift over the console. "I've pinpointed the next anomaly," she said, her voice steady. "It's located within an ageless asteroid field, dense and unpredictable." "Of course it is," Jax muttered with a wry grin, easing the tension with his dry humor. "Trouble always does have a way of hiding in the most inconvenient spots." The asteroid field loomed ahead, an ever-shifting maze of space rocks of all sizes, their surfaces glinting like jewels under starlight. It was a place of chaotic beauty, whispering secrets from epochs long past. Tessa's eyes glimmered with intrigue as she peered at the readings. "The field isn't just rock and dust, there's life here. Signals scattered but definitely alive." "Charming," I said, placing the Echo on a cautious path through the swirling debris. "We'll try not to disturb the neighbors." As we ventured deeper, the shifting asteroids played tricks with our sensors, leaving us reliant on Lyra's deft maneuvering. The Echo danced between looming rocks, a graceful specter moving through celestial shadow. In the midst of this cosmic ballet, we stumbled upon the unexpected, an ancient starship, its hull embedded in an asteroid's surface. Its design was elegant and alien, a relic of the past marooned in a sea of stone. "Looks like someone crashed the party," Jax quipped, his curiosity piqued. "Let's hope there's an open bar," I replied, the thrill of discovery eclipsing caution. We approached cautiously, docking with the ship and stepping into a world preserved by time. The interior was a gallery of advanced technology and faded grandeur, the air thick with stories untold. Tessa moved ahead, her instruments scanning the ship's core. "There's a power source still active barely, and these structures, they resemble what we found in the Veil." In the heart of the ship, we found the control room, dominated by a crystalline console pulsing with waning light. As I laid a hand on its surface, it flickered to life, projecting a holographic figure before us. The figure was ethereal, a celestial avatar with eyes that mirrored the depths of space. "You have come," it spoke, its voice a harmony of tones. "Guardians of the celestial light, welcome." "Guardians," I echoed, the title feeling both heavy and right. "The network is threatened," the avatar continued, its gaze sweeping across us. "Entities of shadow gather strength, seeking to unravel what we fought to preserve." "We've encountered the shadow tide," Lyra interjected, her expression tense. "Is it them?" The avatar nodded gravely. "The tide is but one element of the void's wrath. To stem their advance, the anomalies must be stabilized and their knowledge safeguarded." Jax leaned in, arms crossed. "Okay, but how do we fight these things effectively?" "The key lies in unity," the avatar answered, "in bonding the celestial technology with your own. This ship holds the means to amplify your vessel's capabilities, to transform the Echo into a powerful beacon against the dark." As the avatar spoke, its form began to waver, the ship's power strained. "Our time diminishes, yet our hope endures in you. Accept our legacy and let the light guide you." The projection faded, leaving us in silence, the air tingling with the magnitude of our charge. We worked quickly, channeling the ship's technology into the Echo's framework, its systems harmonizing and expanding with newfound power. Back on board, the Echo hummed with vitality, the enhancements a luminous aura that resonated with our resolve. We were not just travelers now, we were guardians of a flame flickering against the encroaching dark. We returned to the asteroid field, navigating with renewed purpose. As we emerged from its depths, the Echo shone like a star reborn, her path clear. "Next stop?" Tessa asked, her eyes alight with the fire of the mission. "The anomaly," I replied, my voice steady, heart aligned with the fate we had embraced. We need to secure it and ensure the network remains intact. As the Echo surged forward, a silhouette loomed on the edge of our sensors, another ship larger, its profile sharp against the void. It was a harbinger, a challenge of what was to come. "They know we're coming," Lyra said, her voice carrying both steel and anticipation. "Then we'll greet them as only we know how," I grinned, the thrill of the chase igniting within. "Remember, we're the Starlight's Echo, and we won't be silenced." With engines roared to life and shields aglow, we hurtled toward the anomaly, determination threading through our course. In the vast theater of stars and shadows, we would stand as celestial Gua. Ardians, vessels of light in the dark, echoes of a legacy as ancient as the universe itself. Part 8: Convergence of Shadows. The Starlight's Echo hurtled through the stars with a purpose that resonated in every bolt and circuit. We were no longer mere travelers, we were guardians, charged with a duty that transcended time and space. The looming anomaly beckoned, its significance deepening with each stellar mile. As we neared the point in space where the anomaly pulsed its hidden rhythm, the ship that had shadowed us remained a foreboding presence at our rear. It was sleek, its hull absorbing starlight like a predator lurking in the shadows. It felt as if the shadow tide had sent its emissaries to test our resolve. "Lyra," I said, voice calm but firm, "what have we got on them?" "They're running scans on us," she replied, her fingers a blur over her controls. "Not broadcasting any identifiable signature. Looks like they want to stay anonymous." "Figures," Jax chimed in, his eyes fixed on his console. "Cowards always do." Tessa focused on the anomaly ahead. "It's fluctuating, Rafe. If they're planning something, they'll do it when we're trying to interact with the anomaly." The anomaly itself was a swirling mass of light and void, a cosmic heart beating to the rhythm of a universe we barely understood. It was as beautiful as it was terrible, the kind of sight that made you feel small and infinite all at once. "We'll deal with them if they make a move," I assured my crew. "Our primary goal is securing the anomaly. If they want to fight, they'll get one." We approached the anomaly with caution, the echo systems humming in synchrony with the knowledge imparted by the Celestials. It felt as though we were part of a grander design, a note in a cosmic symphony. As we prepared to engage the anomaly, the pursuing ship made its move. It fired a warning shot, a bolt of energy that crackled past us, sparking a thrill of adrenaline through the crew. "Damn it," Jax cursed, fingers dancing over his controls to reinforce our shields. "They're trying to rattle us." "Maintain focus," I ordered, refusing to give the aggressors the satisfaction of seeing us flinch. The enemy ship moved in, its intentions clear. It wanted control of the anomaly to exploit what the Celestials had safeguarded. As they closed in, a transmission flickered to life on our comms. "Unidentified vessel," a voice dripped with cold authority, "stand down and relinquish access to the anomaly. Your interference will not be tolerated." I opened the channel, letting my voice carry the weight of our mission. "This is Rafe Calder, captain of the Starlight's Echo. We're here to secure the anomaly against those who would misuse it. Stand down or face the consequences." A beat of silence, then the enemy captain's laughter, sharp and mocking. "You're out of your depth, Captain Calder. This is your only chance." "Funny," I replied, a wry smile touching my lips. "I was about to say the same thing to you." The ship lunged, weapons primed, and the Echo danced to avoid its strikes. In that moment, battle became both curse and dance, an intricate exchange of shots and maneuvers that hummed with tension. Jax yelled over the comms, "Shields are holding, but they're testing our limits." We just need to hold them off until the anomaly is secured, I said, steering us into a tight arc that brought the echo closer to the swirling mass. Tessa and Lyra worked in tandem, their coordination honed by countless missions. Their efforts focused on the anomaly, their minds synchronized to the task of stabilizing its energies and safeguarding its secrets. Light from the anomaly danced across the cockpit, casting us in an ethereal glow. The celestial enhancements thrummed, attuning to the anomaly's frequency, a symphony of energies aligning against the void. The enemy ship pressed its attack, but we held our ground, weaving through the stars with the grace of a hawk. Each maneuver revealed our unity, our determination, a testament to the bond that forged us into more than just a crew. Almost there, Tessa called out, her focus a beacon of inspiration. With a final concerted effort, the Echo's system synced with the anomaly, a wave of energy cascading outward, momentarily blinding our sensors. The enemy ship faltered, thrown off balance by the surge. "We've done it," Lyra exclaimed, the triumph in her voice echoing the sentiment that raced through us all. The enemy ship hesitated, its captain assessing the situation. Realizing the anomaly was beyond their grasp, they retreated, vanishing into the starry depths, leaving us victorious for now. With the immediate threat dissipated, we hovered near the anomaly, our task incomplete but progress undeniable. We had protected the legacy entrusted to us, preserving the wisdom of the Celestials for another day. In the silence that followed, we took stock, hearts still racing, bonded by the shared triumph. The universe stretched out before us, and I felt the weight of our duty tempered by the knowledge that we are not alone in the fight. "Where to next, Captain?" Jax asked, his habitual humor returning, lightening the moment. I looked at my crew, each one a vital thread in the tapestry of our journey. "We follow the light wherever it leads," I declared, our path illuminated by the brilliance of our purpose. With the anomaly secured and the stars as our witness, we set our course forward, ready for the challenges that lay ahead. For in the dark expanse of space, we were more than explorers. We were guardians, protectors of a legacy woven through time and stars, bound by the unending quest for truth and unity. Part 9: The Celestial Rift. With the anomaly secure behind us, the Starlight's echo drifted through a velvet sea of stars, their light a distant promise of mysteries yet to be unraveled. The ship was alive with the energy of our recent victory, though a tangible sense of vigilance lingered in every corner. We were guardians now, our path defined by purpose and unknowns. Our course took us toward the Celestial Rift, a region of space marked on the alien star chart as a nexus point, one where anomalies converged, their energies weaving an intricate web across the galaxy. Yet, with convergence came instability, and the rift was known to play tricks on even the most seasoned of navigators. "Entering the rift in 5, Lyra announced, her voice calm but laced with anticipation. Her fingers danced over the console, guiding the echo with deft precision. "Hold on to something." "We've got extensive energy readings from within," Tessa mused, her eyes scanning the displays. "It's like a celestial orchestra." "Hopefully one that doesn't play a death march," Jax added dryly, checking the newly augmented systems. "All systems green, Cap." The transition into the rift was not unlike stepping through a shimmering curtain. The fabric of space-time itself rippled as we breached its boundary. Colors and light cascaded around us, a swirling maelstrom that danced to unheard symphonies. Within moments, we realized that the rift was no mere cosmic phenomenon. It was a living entity, pulsing with an ancient consciousness. Patterns flashed across our viewports, and the echo's systems registered an influx of data, signals that defied conventional understanding. "Rafe, this place is a labyrinth," Lyra said, eyes wide with awe. "The star chart's going haywire. Whatever guides this place, it isn't bound by our laws." We floated in the rift's embrace, awed and dwarfed by its magnitude. A sense of transcendence tugged at us, as if we were witnesses to the very soul of the cosmos. Suddenly, the ship's sensors pinged, alerting us to an anomaly within the rift, a structure suspended in the ether, its form cloaked in light. It was reminiscent of the celestial constructs we had encountered, yet this one felt incomplete. "Looks like we've got a detour," I said, steering us closer to the enigmatic structure. "Keep eyes and sensors open. This is too intriguing to ignore." As we neared, the construct revealed itself as a massive gateway, half-formed and shimmering with potential. It radiated a sense of expectancy, as if waiting for someone, to complete its design. "How much you want to bet this thing has a connection to the Celestials?" Jax asked, his enthusiasm infectious. "A connection or a challenge," Tessa replied, her mind already racing with possibilities. The gateway was an engineering marvel, its surface etched with runes that flickered to life as we approached. Patterns shifted, revealing a puzzle of cosmic proportions, an intricate lattice of light and shadow that defied immediate comprehension. "Rafe," Lyra spoke, her voice a delicate blend of excitement and caution. "It's a keyhole of sorts, if we can align the patterns. We might just unlock whatever's on the other side," I finished, the prospect of discovery igniting my spirit. We set to work, our minds and machines collaborating to decipher the gateway's enigma. The Echo hummed in concert, her systems interfacing with the structure's arcane mechanisms. Time became a blur as we labored, the challenge both daunting and exhilarating. The rift responded, its energies ebbing and flowing, a tide that mirrored our progress. Finally, with a final deft adjustment, the patterns aligned and the gateway flared to life. Light cascaded from its core, a radiant beacon piercing the rift's opacity. In that moment the gateway opened, a passageway through the rift, revealing a world beyond. It was a realm unlike any we had seen, a haven of crystalline beauty suspended in the void. "Rafe, this is," Tessa whispered, her voice lost in the majesty of the sight. "A sanctuary," I concluded, a sense of belonging threading through my words. We navigated through the gateway, the Echo embraced by the tranquil expanse. The realm was a serene oasis, its surface a mirror of the cosmos above, reflecting infinite stars. In this place the presence of the Celestials was palpable, a legacy that resonated with every fiber of our being. The realm was a refuge, a testament to their wisdom, a place where light and knowledge gathered, untainted by the shadows that sought to claim it. Within this sanctuary we found remnants of the Celestials' presence, artifacts and messages encoded in light, awaiting those who dared to seek. It was a haven of discovery, a beacon against the encroaching dark. As the Echo drifted amidst the crystalline expanse, we understood that our journey was far from over. The rift held more secrets, and beyond it lay adventures that would test the limits of our age and resolve. We were guardians, charged with a duty to protect and explore, to ensure the light of discovery shone brightly in the depths of space. As we sailed onward, the stars whispered their siren call, an endless journey, an unyielding quest amid a universe both familiar and wondrously strange. Part 10: The Echoing Chorus. The tranquil realm beyond the celestial gateway lingered as a vivid memory, its ethereal beauty etched into our thoughts as the Starlight's Echo charted her course away from the crystalline sanctuary. There was a palpable sense of renewal in the air, a reaffirmation of our purpose as guardians of the universe's hidden wonders. As we sailed through the cosmos, the Echo's newly augmented systems hummed in concert with the vast tapestry of space around us. Each star we passed was a reminder of both the enormity of our journey and the infinitesimal part we played within it. Lyra sat at the helm, her gaze steady and her hands sure on the controls. "Captain, we're approaching a region where signals from the celestial network converge. It's a hub, could be vital to maintaining the stability of the gateways." "Let's see what we're dealing with," I replied, curiosity piqued. No such thing as too much information when you're facing down cosmic mysteries. Jax appeared in the cockpit, wiping his hands on a rag, a satisfied grin on his face. The Echo's running smoother than ever. Feels like she's got a new lease on life. "More like a whole new chapter," Tessa said, joining us as she set up her equipment, her scientific mind clearly spinning with possibilities. "This hub might tell us more about how the network's supposed to work, or at least how it's supposed to not explode." Our destination, the hub, was not visible like the previous anomalies. Instead, it was a presence felt through the ship's sensors, a complex web of energy fields and data streams, entwined with the fabric of space itself. As we approached, the Echo was enveloped in a shimmering veil of energy, a latticework of light that pulsed in time with the ship systems. We were entering the nexus of the network, the very heart of the celestial design. "This is incredible," Tessa breathed, awe in her voice. "It's like navigating through the neurons of a cosmic brain. We could learn so much here." "Let's not forget what's at stake," I reminded them, though I shared their fascination. The network was vast and ancient, and its stability essential to preserving the delicate balance we were sworn to protect. Suddenly, the Echo's sensors picked up a signal, an echo within the network, a call resonating with a frequency that was both alien and hauntingly familiar. It was a distress call of sorts, a plea woven into the structure of the hub. "There's something out there," Lyra said, her brow furrowed as she analyzed the data. "A signature, faint but persistent. It's struggling to maintain itself like a candle flickering in the wind." We followed the signal deeper into the network, navigating the myriad pathways with precision and caution. The energy fields parted, revealing a small craft caught in the web of the nexus, its systems failing as it clung to the edge of existence. The ship was ancient, its design echoing that of the celestial vessels we had encountered, yet distinct, as if made by hands both familiar and strange. It spun slowly in the space between, its hull a patchwork of age and wear. "We've got to help them," I said, knowing the risk but unwilling to abandon the ship to the void. "Agreed," Jax replied, his voice steady. "And whatever tech they've got, it might be crucial to understanding more about the network." We maneuvered the Echo alongside the craft, extending docking supports until our ships locked together with a gentle thud. Upon boarding, we were met with a vessel on the brink of collapse. The air was thin, and the lights flickered like dying stars. Inside, we discovered the last remnant of the crew, a solitary figure encased in a stasis pod, life preserved through time's decay. The being was not entirely celestial, nor entirely anything we recognized, a hybrid bridging worlds as our mission had bridged time. As we worked to stabilize the systems, the being stirred, its eyes opening with a luminescent glow. It gazed at us, and I felt a connection, a shared understanding, a shared curiosity. "Who are you?" I asked, leaning closer. In a voice that resonated as much in the mind as in the air, it answered, "I am Torin, a curator of the Celestial Chorus, tasked with maintaining the harmony of the network." Tessa's eyes widened. "A curator? You're responsible for this part of the network." "Once, yes," Torin replied, its voice filled with the weight of ages. "But the chorus is failing. The anomalies grow unstable, and I am but one voice left to sing the harmony." "Then we'll help you," I promised, feeling the urgency of our shared purpose. With Torin's guidance, we began to repair the systems, the Echo's enhancements proving invaluable in deciphering and stabilizing the network's pathways. It was an intricate dance of energy and intention, a task that demanded all our skill and ingenuity. As we worked, the hub began to resonate, its energies aligning with our efforts. The network pulsed with Yud life, the celestial harmony restored to a fragile balance. "Thank you, Guardians," Torin said as the repairs neared completion. "The network will endure, at least for now, but the shadows seek to mute the chorus. You must remain vigilant." "We will," I assured, the weight of our journey pressing upon me. "The light will not be extinguished." As we prepared to leave, Torin gifted us a parting echo, a fragment of celestial knowledge encoded within the ship systems, a beacon to guide us through the challenges yet to come. With our courses set, the Echo pulled away from the hub, its presence a reassuring glow in the backdrop of the universe. We were bound once again for the stars, our mission renewed with purpose and promise. In the vastness of space, the Echo sang its own harmony, a chorus of light and shadow, of discovery and guardianship. And as we sailed onward, the stars watched, their silent promises guiding us as we navigated the infinite possibilities of the cosmos.